Hey everyone, this is E from the Light School, and today I want to show you how to properly store your seed keys. And so what you see in front of you is, to your left you see a fire and water resistant pouch, and then in the middle you see the Billfodl, which is a steel wallet, and then to your right you see a Tamper evident bag. So the first thing I want to do is show you how to first set up your Billfodl. So this is a Billfodl. It's brand new, and it's actually a little bit heavier than I thought it would be, but it should, because it is a steel wallet. It's about maybe like 1 to 2 pounds. And so as you can tell, it is encompassed by a plastic outlining, and so I've got to use my scissors to help me open it. So that was a little bit harder than I thought. But I'm just going to open up the Billfodl on the side right here. Yeah, and as you can see, it shows their tag, the Billfodl. So I'm going to try to pull it out. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty cool. So that's the steel wallet, and that's the packaging. Alright, so now I'm just going to cut this open real quick. And what you should see inside is, yep, you got the letters to spell out your seed keys, and then you have your steel wallet on the right. So I'm just going to rip this and try to pull out the steel wallet right here. And so this is what made the packaging so heavy. This is like 1 to 2 pounds right here, and you can just slide it open like that. And then yeah, and then so you see that area where this is the area where you would put in your seed keys, and it's displayed. But the cool thing is you can close it, and then your seed keys are covered. And so if somebody like kind of, I don't know, somehow sees the Billfodl laying around somewhere, they can't take a look at your seed keys right away. They have to kind of open it. And so that's something that you would want when you are trying to protect your seed keys. You don't want your seed keys to be out and available for anyone to see right away. But this right here is where all your letters that you're going to use for your seed keys are going to go. And so it's actually a punch out system. And so you just gotta, whatever letter you want, you gotta punch it out. And so I'm going to choose A and B, the A and B slot right here. Yep, and then as you'll see, there's a lot of tiles in there. And so I decided to do a little close-up view. So in the corner, you'll see a little screw there, and you've got to stick in your tile, this one, any one of those tiles that in the packaging that we just saw. And you've just got to stick it in the screw, and you've got to rotate it about 90 degrees to the left. And this will kind of unlock it. But another thing that you got to keep in mind is that there's a latch system at the bottom of the Billfodl. And so you see this groove right here, and you see that little hill? That's what you're looking for. So you're going to take your tile that you just used, and you're going to try to stick it in there, and you're going to try to push it out, push the latch out, and that'll completely unlock your Billfodl. Yep, and when you push the latch out, you gotta push simultaneously on the cover. And there you go. And then you take your tile and you start spelling out your seed key. So let's say the first letter of my seed key starts with an A. So I am just going to take that tile and slide it in there. And yep, just gotta slide it in. Cool. And when you're done, it should spell out all the words. And then you just close the latch. And then if you run out of space, you just flip it over, and you repeat this whole process on the other side. And as you can see, there's a screw here and a latch there, and it's the exact same mechanism. So one more thing I wanted to point out about the Billfodl is that if you look really close, you'll see that there are little arrows in between each of these numbers. And so what that means is that there will be 4 tiles that fit underneath these numbers or in these slots. Okay, and the numbers, they represent the number on your seed key list. So 13 is the 13th word on your 24 seed key list. So what this means is that you don't actually have to write down your whole word, just the first 4 letters of the word of your seed key. And so what you do to recover it is you go on to the BIP 39 word list. You can just type that into Google and find the list. And if you type in the first 4 letters of your word, there will only be 1 word available for you to choose from. And so that's how you would properly recover your seed keys and how these steel wallets are designed. Alright, so the next thing I want to show you is something called a tamper evident bag. And so this is just basically a bag that's pretty easy to tear, and it's got a little sticker up top that you can just pull off. And the idea is that if anybody tries to open this bag, the whole bag is going to rip because it's so terrible. And so this, you'd want to stick your Billfodl into this tamper evident bag like this, and then just pull off the tab off the top, and then and then just fold it over, press it down, and you're good to go. So this is my tamper evident bag with the Billfodl inside of it, and as you can tell that you can't really sneak a peek through the top. In order to do it, you gotta rip it. And so the only way people can look inside the bag is if it's quote-unquote tampered with, and the evidence of the tamper is by how ripped and torn the bag is. And so if you see the bag ripped, you should know it's about time to change your seed keys. The last thing I want to show you is a fire and water resistant pouch. But first, to the right is my Billfodl inside my tamper evident bag. If you noticed, my Billfodl, you could easily open it, right? You can buy a screw and try to screw it on top to make sure nobody can look inside of it, but it's easier just to have a tamper evident bag. That's how you know somebody got into it and looked at inside of your seed keys. So the idea behind a fire and water resistant pouch is that you can put other documents in there too. Now, to be clear, your Billfodl steel wallet is fire and water resistant, but if it gets into a fire, then the plastic is going to melt and it's get really messy to clean up. So I'm just going to open my pouch right now, and I am going to stick in my Billfodl and zip it up, and you can close the flap, and you're good to go. And you can include all your other important documents in there, like your passport, social security card, maybe some extra cash. And the last step is to stick this in a hidden location that nobody else knows about. So these are the steps that I would take to secure my seed keys, and hopefully this helps you better think about how to secure your seed keys as well. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.